Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of Tag Team, brought to you by Unified Wrestling and UnifiedWrestling.com. Again, I'm your host, Cesar Scorpio, alongside the invincible Lee Vincent, and like always, we're bringing all forms of wrestling from four corners of North America to you. If there's something you want us to review or want us to go over, or have any questions for us, please feel free to contact us in 4 easy ways. Number 1, reply back to the video. Number 2, email, unifiedwrestling@rockandmail.com. Number 3, Facebook, facebook.com/unifiedwrestling. And number 4, Twitter, twitter.com/UNFDwrestling. Now this week we have a full plate, a lot like last week. Big things from TNA, big things from WWE, and even some from AAA Lucha Libre. So we'll get started here on the top rope with TNA and what happened here with Hogan's return, along with a few others, but we'll touch base on that a little bit. Going over what happened here on Impact. Hulk Hogan comes in after Dixie Carter gives her little cry there. Bischoff comes in. Hulk Hogan acknowledges that he's got 100% of the power. Mm-hmm. So where does the TNA go from here now with big old Hulk Hogan in charge?
Well, it looks to me like TNA is going to remain in Hulk Hogan's hands, at least for the duration probably of this year. I have no doubt that Dixie Carter is going to swing back in and find some way to get back in at some point. But for right now, I think it's going to remain in the hands of Hulk Hogan.
Now, what's going to happen with Fortune here? Now that Hulk Hogan's in charge, the Immortals, I mean, that's huge. With the return of Sting, is that going to balance the power out? Or do you still think Immortal has the majority of this power?
That's a good question. Honestly, I think Sting is probably going to go his own way and start chopping his way through the Immortals. That's what I think.
Okay. Do you think he's got some peace with Fortune, or do you think he's just going to just chop down whoever?
It remains to be seen. I can't even call it. I can't guess.
All right. That's cool. All right. Now, there was no secret as to who the mystery guy was, even though the show pointed the direction that Jeff Hardy was going to be wrestling an unknown wrestler here for the championship. The network wanted to see Jeff Hardy defend the championship against an unknown. Yeah. Who that was going to be?
Nobody saw this coming at all.
No. It was a huge surprise to everybody. But that ended up being milked all the way through the show. Then it ended up showing up that Bart Scott, for no reason, shows up from the New York Jets. Whatever, we'll touch base on that as well. Now, Beer Money comes in, takes care of business against Gunner and Murphy, and then gets challenged by Inc.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse Neal and Shannon Moore. Now, Inc. here is they've hung around here in TNA. I haven't seen a whole lot from Inc. So we'll see what happens with that. That's going to end up being a Victory Road match, so we'll see what happens with that. Now, Velvet Sky and Sarita match. Velvet Sky, of course, defeats Sarita with the help of nobody. She's doing it on her own, but it looked like Sarita did a little bit of the heavy lifting in that fight. What would you say about that?
Well, for one thing, I was surprised that there was no actual interference in the match, so that was a plus. Sarita, I have to give my hats off to Sarita because the way that they sold it, it looked like Sarita made Velvet Sky look a lot better than she may possibly actually be.
Yeah, she's tossing her around, and she was doing the jumping when Velvet Sky was doing the tossing around. She sold it very well, and that's,
Mark of a true professional.
A good wrestler is determined by the person that can sell it, and normally that's done by the person that loses. So,
exactly.
Hats off to you, Sarita. Great match. Good to see you there. It was a great match, and congratulations, your Velvet Sky. Didn't get fired.
Congratulations.
All right. So after that, we end up seeing that it's going to end up being a 6-way match because then Robbie E comes out here with Cookie and another Angelina. Now, I don't watch Jersey Shore, and I don't know anybody that does. But if you guys watch Jersey Shore, you guys are up to date on this and are happy with all these Jersey Shore people just popping up.
For no good reason.
Great. I'm happy for you. But send me a message. Send me an email. Let me know.
Explain it to me.
What's going on here? Let me touch base. Get me to watch a show. Jersey Shore.
No idea.
Whatever.
Moving on.
6-way match should be good. Regardless, 6-way match here with the beautiful people, always good.
Yeah.
Moving on here. The wedding here with Kurt Angle. Now, who didn't see this coming? Kurt Angle just blowing up and
going crazy,
taking out Jeff Jarrett, and then putting Karen through a cake. And after Bart Scott does the old "do that again and I'm gonna take you down" kind of thing with Ric Flair, they restart the match. They restart the wedding, and you wanted to say something about that smile on Kurt Angle's face?
Yeah. That's a scary look there. If you go back and watch it, the look that was pasted on Kurt Angle's face all the way through, marching Karen down to the ring, all the way through the entire ceremony. If you ever see anybody coming towards you with that look on their face, don't ask any questions. Just run away. Okay, that's
safety first.
Exactly.
Safety first. All right. The next thing here, there was a little thing here with Rob Terry and Scott Steiner. Now that wasn't. To me, it looked like it was a passing of the torch. I mean, Scott Steiner, he was great. He was great in WWE. He was great in WCW. His time looks like his past. His chest looks deflated.
Yeah.
Rob Terry is a beast. It ended up being that Scott Steiner threw the Steiner recliner on Rob Terry, ended up winning the match. But, I mean, I think I've seen enough. I'm not sure if the fans have seen enough here of Scott Steiner, but I think we have.
Yeah.
It's
no knock to him. You know, I've loved watching him through the years, but, you know, it may be time to go.
Yeah. Rob Terry, we'll see what's going on with you. Yeah. Now, after that, Hernandez here and Matt Morgan have this match. Great match, back and forth. It looked entertaining. We had some way to go here. Went to the outside. Hernandez looked like he was going to take off, and then, boom, smashes Matt's face into the steel steps. Busts him up, and that would be the match here at Victory Road. I mean, it's going to be a first blood match. So that's going to be the rematch here at Victory Road. It's going to be the Hernandez versus Matt Morgan fight. Yeah. Now, first blood again. It's going to be the rematch. I'm not sure exactly what type of match it's going to be besides the first blood match, whether there's going to be no disqualifications or whatever it is, but we'll keep you posted here on the site. Next thing we have here is after that restart of the wedding, we had the championship match. Now, this championship match was much awaited. There was a lot of people watching for this match. Knowing, tongue-in-cheek here, who's going to show up, but still, just the fact that he's going to show up was going to be tight. See how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, here comes Jeff Hardy coming out, all confident with, Jeff Hardy's great. I love Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy's awesome.
Takes
it. Here comes Sting. All right. Boom! In all of his glory. 3-3 shows up on the Jumbotron, and he comes rolling out. How was your feeling on that when you saw him?
I was like, it's about time. You know, the no knock. Everybody's glad to see Sting. Just wish it had happened sooner. But, it turned out to be a great match. I thought, he shook off the rust really, really well. Yeah. You know, he still looks like he's got a good another 10 years in him.
Yeah, well, that'd be incredible, right? But, hey, Hogan's still wrestling. We'll see.
Well, I don't know if he's actually going to be doing it. He's going to be hanging around.
Hogan can't quit.
He broke out that back brace. You saw him show the back brace.
He did, but I don't think he can stop. I think he's like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
He's like Rocky. He's not going to never stop. He's going to end up having brain damage or something.
Man.
I don't see it.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see it either, but there's a lot of things I don't want to see, but happen, you know.
Woo! Hopefully it doesn't happen, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see. You're scaring me there with another 10 years. The guy's like 50 years old.
Well, Ric Flair's 993, man.
Well, he's God, dude. He's older than that. All right, so Sting's back, and welcome back, Sting. We missed you. Again, I'm going to beat that dead horse again. Wish you could have seen you at WrestleMania 27 against The Undertaker. We'll touch base on that Undertaker Triple H match here coming up.
Yeah.
But good to see you back. TNA should be another good week here next week. Not sure if it's going to have the impact that this last TNA Impact had. No pun intended there. But we're going to find out. Now, next thing here in the plate was, of course, SmackDown. Now, SmackDown was pretty interesting here this week. SmackDown had the issues here with Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio, and Cody Rhodes acknowledging that this is going to be a guarantee. He's going to remove Rey Mysterio's mask. Now, we talked about this here last week on how important that was going to be for Rey Mysterio to hold on to that mask. But more importantly, what's it going to happen? What's your feeling on that, E?
I don't think they're going to do it. I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to get Rey Mysterio's mask off. Seeing as how last week he took it off after he rendered him unconscious.
Right.
I think that's going to be, like as you mentioned last week, that's huge. And I don't think he's going to go that way twice. I really don't.
Yeah, unless Rey Mysterio's on his way out in the WWE, and then we touched again based on this last week that Rey Mysterio's in his contract year. It's a huge show. WrestleMania 27 is the biggest of the biggest. It's the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. So, how's it? I don't see it either. I don't see it either unless Rey Mysterio is looking to get, canned anytime soon. But even then, I think Rey Mysterio's earned the respect that he would walk away before he would let that happen.
Right.
So that's how that ended up being. Now, we did see a little glimpse here of Sin Cara in the last Raw last week. Now, will Sin Cara play a part here in WrestleMania 27? What's your feeling on that?
I think he's going to play a part. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be. Between the match going on with Alberto Del Rio and the match going on with Rey Mysterio, I'm wondering if he's going to fit into somewhere in either one of those matches. I'm not real sure. They might give him, a match against somebody else, or he might be a surprise opponent against somebody who's already charted.
Yeah. It still has some figuring out on this WrestleMania 27 card, but as it gets updated and as the card is exposed, we'll let you guys know. We'll post it up on the website, unifiedwrestling.com. It will be there, so be sure you check periodically there and often. Now, the next thing we wanted to make sure we went over is JTG. Now, JTG, as you mentioned here, they get rid of some prime wrestlers here. They don't get Sting. They get rid of Carlito. Carlito's not a prime wrestler, don't get me wrong. But we're talking about JTG. We get rid of
They let go of MVP.
There you go.
They let go of Caval.
There you go.
Okay. Both of those guys are monsters.
Love Caval. Man. And what is JTG still doing in WWE? Do you know? I mean, does he have naked pictures of McMahon he's going to trying to expose or anything like that? Is he blackmailing him? What is this? How does he still have a job with the WWE?
I don't know.
Jeez. Change your character or something, JTG. You suck.
Be interesting.
I'm sorry. I'd rather see Daniel Bryan than
you. And Daniel Bryan should be.
I'd rather see Daniel Bryan than him. He sucks. JTG has no finisher. He's got no technical skills, no personality. I mean, can you grab a mic and talk? Can you talk some smash to somebody?
Something. You got to do something. Make them like you or make them hate you, but do something.
JTG, we're calling you out. What you got?
Do something.
All right. Now, the next thing we're going to touch base here is SmackDown is Edge. Of course, Edge looks like he's had this belt for quite a while. It seems like forever. Mm-hmm. All right. And it doesn't look like Del Rio is going to be slowing down anything. It's his destiny, for crying out loud, to win this belt at WrestleMania 27. How likely is it that Edge will keep his belt in WrestleMania 27?
Between the attacks that have been going on, constantly going for the armbar, like every time Alberto Del Rio sees him, and the fact that I would say no. I would say I think Alberto Del Rio is going to get it, except for the fact that Christian keeps popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to happen. If Christian's going to jump in and interfere with the match, or if Ricardo Rodriguez is going to interfere with the match.
That's the thing. I'm not a big Edge fan. I think the spear is the weakest finisher there is. All right? Jeez. Yeah. Lame. All right? It is. It's just lame.
Yeah.
Now, to have Christian come in, take over the match, keep the belt with Edge, I just don't see it. I don't see how Edge is going to keep that.